Hey there, y'all. Disney D Prince here today with another Barbie unboxing. Today we have got the second of the Barbie rare finds, and that is Barbie Deluxe Style number 6. This is a Christie sculpt, and she is very cute. But I will tell you up front, there are no good skin tone matches for her, really. She is on a tall body, so unfortunately, she just doesn't have skin tone matches in this tone yet for Made to Move. I've seen people have success with the Laverne Cox body. That is, again, not a tall and also not fully made to move. Laverne Cox is on a superhero body. So up front, I'm not going to be able to rebody this doll, most likely, for at least a couple of weeks until I can kind of figure out whether I'm going to just stick her on a body that I have and just deal with it later, or just keep her on this like basic articulated body. So she's very cute. She is the $20 doll. These were sent out to Targets here in the US. They were 2 to a store exclusives, so if you found one, you were kind of lucky. I'd kind of told myself I wasn't gonna hunt for this doll because she just wasn't as rare as the Steffi sculpt for me, just because they've done a lot of Christies in the last couple of years. But I happened to come across her. There were 2 of her, and so I picked up the one and left the other for someone else to find, because while she is really cute, I didn't need one to keep in box. So we're gonna take a look at her. She's very cute. We like this box. These boxes are pretty easy to take out. So as you can see, it's got an entirely different back of the box because this is her. And on the normal doll, there is a June right here, and she looks really cute. And as I said, this is the number 6. Right there is where you see those numbers. Here is the UPC. It is unique to her. In case you are trying to find her in stores, I've seen people have luck with asking the Target employees, but it just kind of is a little bit of a hit or miss. So I'm going to kind of take her out a little more carefully than I usually would, just because I do want to kind of keep this box in good condition. Just because it is a unique box for this series and the rare find. We're still not sure how rare they're going to wind up being in the future. So I am going to try to keep this at a minimal amount of box damage. But sometimes you kind of just have to do what you have to do. Okay. So that we've got there. And then we've got one right here. And right here. Now I will remove all of these tabs and things before I put her back in her box, but for now, this is fine. Okay. Yes, all right. Always something that they're stuck on in these boxes. So this is what she looks like. She's got a pretty decent face printing. It is a UV print, so you will get some pixelation, but she's very cute. Like, honestly, it's not a bad doll for how much people are kind of hating on her. She is on a tall body, so she does have bigger feet. As you can see, it does have the heads on the bottom of the shoe. That indicates this is a tall or a curvy body, and we already know she is not a curvy. So she is therefore a tall. But she looks really cute, I think. Now we do have her earrings that are in there. And I kind of hate when they give us one piece of metallic jewelry and then two pearlized, because this is even worse because it's pearlized and then flat silver. So you've got 3 different types of silver on this doll, which is a little silly. And then she comes with this ugly little like box purse, which is fine, really. Like, it is a functional bag. You can put stuff in it, but just barely. Like, it just barely scrapes by on my usability scale. So we do have our standard 90-degree knees and 90-degree elbows. And then we do have wrist articulation still for the time being. She's got a pair of sunglasses up here on her head. We're going to cut that off so we can take those off if we want to. They are still in there with a rubber band, so I'm gonna leave them on there for now because that rubber band is fine. I just didn't want the tag on the top of her head. But she looks really cute. And I've seen people complain about these shoes, and they're not the best, but they're not the worst shoes I've seen. So, and I think actually her legs are, maybe this one is bent a little bit, or maybe warped, but I don't know. It's fine. For now, this will work. But as I said, back here, she has got the 1987 sculpt on the back of her head. So she is the, well, not the original Christie, but like the relaunched Superstar Christie. So let's see how easy it is going to be to take these out. Easy or not? Not easy, of course. Easy to take the little plastic things off at least. Let's see if we can take these. Yeah. So these, if I'm not mistaken, they have a stud protector in there. So I don't really want to try to yank it out without these. Yeah, this has got a stud holder in there. So these earrings are not removable, which is kind of a bummer. Like, yes, you can remove them, but you have to take the head off and boil the head to really like have a good shot at taking these off. But it's fine. And again, we've seen the star necklace a bunch. She does have a little rubber band over here that is holding her braid out in front. I am going to clip that. That's an unnecessary thing. And then she has a little bit of thread holding her style there. She does have printed baby hairs, which is great. But yeah, and actually I don't hate these sunglasses because they're a nice normal shape and they are actually transparent, which is kind of like number 1 on my list of things, is I need them to be usable as actual sunglasses. I'm not a huge fan of the bubble skirt, but this is actually executed pretty well. And actually I was almost tempted to get the June one also, but I am gonna wait until these go down in price a little bit more this series, just because I don't absolutely need any of them right now. So yeah, but maybe in the future when these hit clearance prices of like at a minimum 15, I'll pick up the others. So I'm a little sad. She is a skin tone that's super hard to match, but I kind of expected that. She's the like Aaliyah skin tone that we got that's really hard to match, but we have this in articulated, and that's kind of the basic that I need for my collection. And again, because she is not a unique sculpt, I'm not dying for the fact that she's not on Made to Move like the rest of my permanent collection. So she might just go in a box with the Steffi Midge rare find, and or just I'll display them both in their boxes next to each other. So that is really all there is to talk about on this doll. She's got Velcro here on the back. You can close it a little tighter, make it a little looser maybe. But I like the design of this dress. The fabric is not horrible. They could have hemmed these sleeves and it would have been a little bit better. But other than that, it's pretty good. Structurally, I give it a nice thing. We do have a little bit of a lining here on the inside of the ruffle or the bubble skirt. You could probably puff this bubble skirt out a little bit more to give her more of an hourglass. But I like this style on the tall because sometimes the tall can look a little boxy. So she's very cute. I mean, you know, the bag is what it is, but I picked her up because I wanted to have her, and now I have her. So we're good. But she's really pretty. So hopefully they give us a made to move in this skin tone soon, but I'm not holding my breath right now. So if you guys have any questions about her, let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed it, leave me a like. And as always, follow along for some more fun unboxings. All right, y'all. Be good. Bye.